The Talkin Wrasslin podcast, where potting is real.
Didi, that was almost perfect timing. You were like a second off, and you could have greeted everyone.
Could have been like.
Anyway, yes, we're not dead.
We're not.
It's been a few weeks.
It's been a minute.
But we're back in the saddle.
We sure are.
We're back in the saddle. We're on that horse again.
Yeehaw!
I'm Dylan. That's Lissy. This is Talkin Wrasslin.
I'm Lyssie. That's Dylan. This is Wrasslin Talkin.
This is Wrasslin Talkin. And boy, oh boy, I guess without going 6 hours overtime. What the fuck have we been up to? Well, first off, I guess summary of the episode, we're going to catch up on things. We're going to talk about some things. Some big news things that happened since the last time you heard us. And then we're also going to talk about Forbidden Door. Because that just happened.
Yeah, not a whole heck of a lot. We're not going to be going back into like the episodes of Raw, SmackDown,
No.
Dynamite, anything like that.
More on that later on. You don't even know about this. I'm going to talk about, I guess the future of the podcast. It's nothing bad.
Little do I know Dylan's canceling this podcast without talking to me about it.
This podcast is over with. No. More on that later. But anyway, what the fuck have we been up to?
I don't even know where we left off.
We were going on vacation.
Well, do you want me to talk about what's been going on, or do you want you want to start? Or
you can talk because I gotta go find my pen.
Dylan is clearly he should be prepared. He had weeks to prepare for all this, and he's unprepared. Well, I guess for me, really, I feel like really, honestly, not a whole heck of a lot has been going on. I don't think I talked about it on the last episode because I don't think it was official yet. So if I'm repeating myself from last episode, I apologize. But I got a promotion. So I'm now a store manager, which is really cool. So far it's been pretty good. I literally got, there's no way I talked about this. I literally got promoted the day before we went on vacation. Like the day before. So, I haven't been in the position for too long right now, but so far so good. Everything's really great with that. We're recording this today, August 27th at about 11:15 at night. So yesterday was my birthday. I turned 27, which is crazy. I got 2 birthday cakes from my staff because they're incredible people and I love them with my whole entire heart. Actually, I don't think I texted you this. I had a piece of that cake earlier. Delicious.
Yeah, cake does sound good later.
Might honestly just kind of open that cake, give you a fork, and give me a fork, and just kind of go at it.
All right, bet we can definitely do that.
Because, it's a small, so I got 2. One was a homemade red velvet cake. But that one was really, really big. And I feel like Dylan's probably like, why the fuck didn't you bring home the red velvet one? Well, the reason I didn't bring home the red velvet one is because it was really big and the other one was much smaller. So I didn't want to take the whole giant cake away from everyone else who didn't get to have it because it was homemade. One of my coworkers and her mom made it. And she also was like, yeah, everyone can have some and whatnot. So I was like, I'll leave that one at work so everyone can have some. And then I'll take the little one home. So me and Dylan can just have that one. But the little one is still absolutely phenomenal. It's just a vanilla cake with buttercream icing, but it has sprinkles on the side. Oh my God, it's so good. And it's just a nice little size. So I'm sorry I didn't bring home the red velvet one, but I kind of would have felt like an absolute asshole if I took it home and no one else got any except for me and my one coworker that I was working with that day. So, I didn't want to be that guy. But if there's any left over by the time I go in tomorrow, honestly, I might just take the rest home and just be like, okay, everyone had a chance. Literally everyone had their chance. Mine now. It's literally my cake. Dylan's coughing up a storm.
Yep.
But yeah, no, turned 27. So that's pretty cool. And I think that's really honestly all of the most the biggest things that have been going on. Otherwise, it's just kind of been work. And I started. I've been doing. I've been doing artwork. I did like two drawings on actual pencil and paper. So that's pretty cool. The one I was really happy about, and the other one that I just did today, I was like, I'm kind of not too happy with it. I might try to redo it again later on in the future. But it still came out pretty all right. So I can't be too mad at it. But all right, Dylan, how about you tell people about what you've been up to?
Well, first off, I don't know how much we're gonna talk about, or if we're even gonna talk about Dynamite next week. Who knows? I'm watching Dynamite now. As we're recording this, like with the sound off and everything. They're in the ECW arena. I like the setup.
It's cool, yeah.
It's like the ECW setup, which is really fucking dope. I just wanted to say that. Anyway, what have I been up to? Well, my mental health hasn't been that great. That's why this podcast has taken that's why this return episode has been just very elongated, I guess. So my mental health hasn't been that great. I'm still here, still kicking. I've been busy. Like, we went on vacation. DCW stuff.
Yeah.
And not to give away things, I was helping Bryce with stuff. All I will say on that, because I'll let him spill the beans if it's not already spilled. But he might be making more appearances frequently on this pod.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little taste.
Do we have a date as to when he's gonna be on our pod next yet, or no?
More on that later.
Okay.
More on that later. I gotta milk things, but.
Well, now they know to stay tuned.
Yeah, to stay tuned.
Till later.
Well, yeah, because I'm not talking about like the future of the pod yet. That's later. Like, that's all later. Yeah, but DCW stuff. Helping Bryce with stuff. Probably just saw like DCW I Stand Alone come out if you follow DCW, and then if you follow Tapped Out the Pro Wrestling, you get kind of like a director's cut of me and Bryce doing commentary over it with sound effects and stuff.
It's hilarious.
It is funny.
Absolutely hilarious.
But and work. That's really about it.
Yeah, I don't think. I'm trying to think. I really don't think there was anything like absolutely insane that has happened.
No.
Not to my knowledge, at least. So that I can really think of.
Yeah.
I'm really sitting, because it's been so long. So like I'm really just sitting here trying to rack my brain of like, is there anything fun and innovative and interesting that like people would be like, whoa. Also, we're not gonna talk about Dynamite right now, obviously. But there was some stuff that happened this episode that had me bawling my eyes out and checking ticket prices for the next week episode, or for next week's Dynamite in Philly. It's not happening, but God, I fucking wish it would. Let me tell you, God, I fucking wish it would. But yeah, I really can't think of anything.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think so.
That's the pod.
That's the whole pod. Bye, guys.
No, I guess let's just talk about some fucking things here. WWE and ESPN.
Wow. This feels like it was 30 years ago that this happened.
Yeah, so WWE is going on ESPN.
Yeah.
For like $30 a month or whatever.
Yawn.
Yeah. It's just
Yawn.
money-hungry corporate stuff, and it's just... Man... More on this later, because this kind of has to do with, like, the whole pod thing later and stuff. So, we'll kind of walk back on that, I guess. Your thoughts on this?
Oh, we love my thoughts.
WWE counter-programming AEW constantly.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. So, like, you can't sit here and tell me that you don't view... I'm going to break my vape. You don't view... AEW as competition. Like, they're not competition, they're, whatever. And then in that same breath, be like, but we're gonna run all of our big programs head to head with AEW because we want to outbeat them, and we want. It's not
even their big programs. It's literally like every event now at this point.
Yeah, it's like every event now, but then also being like, well, we want them to fumble and be not the second highest wrestling program, and that's gonna be TNA. But instead of helping TNA and actually making their product better and easier, like have easier access for other people around the globe. We're actually just going to say fuck you TNA and our partnership and just kind of let you do your thing.
TNA is looking for a TV deal and WWE is helping them with it.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I feel like maybe focus on that instead of running your fucking program. You're running your program against fucking AEW. But like I mean this could be me because like maybe it's just like my side of the internet. I don't ever fucking see WWE promote TNA shit. It never reaches me, and I don't know if that's just because I really don't have a lot of WWE stuff on my side.
I mean, they do, but like they realistically don't have to.
But if their process is to make TNA the second biggest wrestling company and to like kill AEW, if that's their theory, then if that's their theory, I feel like there's a lot more that they could be doing. That's not just running whatever other program against head-to-head with AEW. Also, I feel like AEW really hasn't been giving a shit about WWE in a hot minute now. They're literally just doing their own thing, and the fan base has just stayed pretty stagnant. Like, I mean, I would say, honestly, maybe over the past couple of weeks with all the shit that's been going on with WWE, the whole Brock Lesnar shit, the whole ESPN shit, there's probably more people tuning in to AEW now, like not a whole hell of a lot, but probably a good amount of people being like, well, let me see what the fuck's going on over here.
But you also gotta think there's probably more people now tuning in to WWE with the whole ESPN shit, because people in ESPN
it's true.
And all that stuff.
So I feel like those people for WWE are getting replaced with the ESPN people, and then the wrestling people are now going to the other wrestling people are going to AEW. It's kind of like cycling.
Yeah, it's just
So I mean, I don't think WWE is necessarily losing any viewership. I think they're just gaining different viewership, but I think that AEW is gaining new viewership because of the shit with WWE.
Just pissing so much money away. I mean, whatever, but like...
I think the whole thing is stupid, and honestly, I think wrestling is better when wrestling companies focus on their own wrestling as the priority and not worry about what anybody else is doing. Yeah. Like, I don't know. That's just me, maybe. Like, yeah, competition's healthy, and yeah, you want to be better than your competitor, of course. But when you make that a main focal point into what you're doing and why you're doing it and trying to play that strategy, I feel like it's not like it was back in like 2021 when we kind of saw this revival of like the Monday Night Wars type of shit, where it was very WWE, AEW back and forth of like whichever one's doing better, this, that. Like it's not that anymore. And I feel like WWE's trying to make it that, to get it like, to make it exciting or whatever for WWE viewers, but AEW viewers don't give a fuck. It's not reciprocated at all.
Yeah.
So it's not working. And I feel like it just kind of makes you look desperate. If both parties are doing it, cool. Whatever, like fair game. But if one party's doing it, it makes you look a little desperate and a little sheepish and a little like a little bit of like a little bitch.
No, it just looks dumb regardless, in my opinion, because they're like, we don't view them as competition, and then it's like, fuck it, we're gonna have the same event on the same day.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
I'm sorry, I'm watching All Out. I don't give a fuck about whatever WWE's running. What the fuck's WWE running?
We're not fucking watching WrestlePalooza because we don't have the ESPN app.
Well, I wouldn't watch it if I had it.
And I'm not gonna fucking get the ESPN app.
I would rather pay $50 every fucking pay-per-view.
I'll watch All Out.
For an AEW pay-per-view every other fucking month.
There's a reason why we're fucking reviewing Forbidden Door, at least.
Yeah. Because it was a good fucking pay-per-view.
Anyway. Moving on. This feels like a million years ago at this fucking point. Karrion Kross is released from WWE. Your thoughts on this? Because this is a big fucking thing to everyone.
I'm not surprised.
Good fucking riddance.
Well, okay, here's the thing, right? I'm not surprised because of the whole work shoot interview thing that had happened, which I don't even know if it was a work shoot or it's just a shoot, honestly.
Who fucking knows?
Who knows? But like, I feel like he made a lot of really valid points. And,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I don't necessarily dislike him, but I was never a big fan of him. But I knew a lot of people said he was really fucking good in NXT, and he was built really well in NXT. And when he was brought up to the main roster, obviously, he was like a BDSM demon or whatever. And then he got released, he came back, and he's just kind of been stale and bland since he came back. So I'm wondering, I don't know if you have this written down or not, where he showed up at, but
GCW.
Yeah, he showed up at GCW. So I don't know, maybe him being on the indies will be a little bit better for him. Maybe it'll be able to be better for his character work, and maybe he'll gain a lot better.
He gets to be Killer Cross.
Yeah, and maybe that fan base will, you know, like he'll be able to give back to that fan base that's really like ride or died with him. You know what I mean? So I don't really have like any major thoughts aside from I'm not surprised, and I hope he thrives on the indies, because part of me feels like he was being held back a little bit by WWE, especially being on the main roster.
He'll be way better on the indies.
But yeah, I think it's just a better fit for him. So overall, like, sorry you're not making the buku bucks, but you'll probably still be able to make the buku bucks at GCW. So, you know.
Oh yeah, no, he will. From a guy leaving WWE to a guy being stuck in AEW, and that is Dan Townsend.
I am still so fucking like, okay, I feel like we've talked about Dan Townsend being stuck in AEW and not doing anything in AEW for so fucking
Since the
long.
beginning of this pod.
Like, here's the thing, right? I want to know how long his fucking contract is. He's been here for 10 years.
Well, injury time's been added supposedly to his contract. That's what this is.
I mean, at this point, that doesn't even fucking matter about the injury time. How long did this... Like, how long was his contract that he fucking signed? Is he stuck here for 6 more years? Like... What the fuck? We have been talking about Dan Townsend not being used by AEW for so fucking long now.
Tony just needs to let him go.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Unless
You're
he's
not doing anything with him.
Unless he's really gonna have him do something.
No, the fuck he's not. Come on.
Like, you know what I mean? Unless
Be real.
he's really gonna be like, you know what, Dan Townsend? Yeah, I'm gonna have you do stuff.
Be real.
But I don't see that happening.
There's fucking real.
There's no pinpoint right now in the direction of AEW where Dan Townsend can just kind of slip in and make sense. And
he's gonna be the one that ends the Death Riders.
Honestly, at this point,
he kills the Death Riders.
At this fucking point, like, I don't know. I don't know. I say release him. Let him go do whatever the fuck he wants. I could see him ending up in WWE because of... Is Darby wearing a friendship bracelet? That's fucking crazy. I could see him ending up at WWE for being friends with fucking Phil and having him just do, like, doing funny shit and then just doing, like, advertising bullshit. Because that would be fucking hilarious. We're like...
Bro, he'd make he already makes a fuckload of money, but, like, in WWE, he'd make a fuckload of money.
Can you imagine if they had Dan Townsend do this shit where, like, during the pay-per-view, like, they brought out, like, the Papa John's pizza.
Yeah, bro.
And he's just, like... It would be so funny, you know what I mean? So even if they just hire him for shit like that, that would be fucking hilarious.
They'd make a fuckload of money.
Have him be, like, a joke character and just get squashed or whatever, and he just is there for the laughs and the advertising.
Pretty much.
But, like...
Bro, him and Mr. Iguana.
That'd be great. Also, I think this fucking little vignette with Darby is cool as fuck. Sick as fuck.
You know what else was sick as fuck?
What?
The JCW versus GCW 2-Day War.
I did not watch all of this.
Well, yeah, we didn't watch all of it, but, like, from what you saw, what did you like? This is the big war of GCW and JCW, Juggalo Championship Wrestling. Whoop whoop. At the gathering of the Juggalos.
So the only thing I gave a fuck about, realistically, from this entire pay-per-view was Brian Zane.
Well, no. Not Brian Zane.
Claude.
Yeah, fucking get it right. The French artiste.
The French artiste.
Fucking get it right, goddammit. Not fucking... Who the fuck's No, Brian Zane never showed up in JCW. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
No, he was, like, in the crowd. He was in attendance.
Yeah.
He posted on his, like, Twitter that he was in attendance.
But come on.
I was scouring for him all night.
You were happy
searching
to see him, though.
Oh, my God. I love him with my whole heart. That's my dude right there.
The APA showed up.
Oh, yeah.
Too Tough Tony won the belt.
Yeah.
Off of Matt Tremont. Vampiro came out.
Mm-hmm.
Shaggy 2 Dope was there.
Yeah, can I say something really quick? So when... Can you see what the fuck that cat's doing really quick? While I think about the proper way to articulate the sentence. Is she in there? Or is she in the kitchen? She was in the kitchen. I swear it's like having children. I swear it's like having children. But anyway, so when what the fuck is his name? Too Tough Tony. When Too Tough Tony was
sipping on down.
Well, before he was sipping on down, he was walking out to that song.
Yes, he was.
He passed by who's the other Juggalo? The other guy from ICP.
All of them were Juggalos.
No,
bro.
the one that's not Shaggy.
Violent J.
Violent J. When he walked past Violent J, and
All
Violent
of
J
them were Juggalos.
gives him that like pep talk. And it's like, you're gonna get this belt back, motherfucker. Whoop, whoop, fago, fago, whoop, whoop.
He does not say...
No, that's exactly what he said verbatim.
No, you're just quoting Juggalo Jesus.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, whoop that motherfucking whoop, whoop. You heard what I'm saying? Heard. And then fucking Too Tough Tony comes out, right? And then they have this match, whatever, that happens. And then interferences start happening, and run-ins start happening. And then whatever fucking ICP song it was starts playing. And the announcers go, oh my god, he's here! He's here! It's Violent J! And he comes running out with a chair or whatever, right? That's not the point. The point is, it pissed me the fuck off. Because what do you mean? Oh, he's here! He's here! No shit, we saw him 15, 20 minutes ago in the back giving Too Tough Tony a goddamn fucking pep talk. He was behind you, literally. Like, if your announce desk is here, curtain, Violent J. You probably heard him giving the pep talk. That's how fucking close he was to you. No shit, he's here. Also, it's like the gathering of the Juggalos. He's like the Juggalo. Like, he's like one of the two, like, Juggalos. He's the gathering guy. He made it. He made the gathering for his people. Of course he's fucking there. And then when fucking Shaggy comes out...
What gives it away that Violent J is, like, the leader of ICP?
I don't know. He just seems more prominent. That's it.
He is.
He just seems like he's more prominent. But like,
you really think you're gonna let Shaggy 2 Dope fucking run a wrestling promotion?
I don't know. I never met either of them. But like, when Shaggy comes out, they're just like, oh my god, and Shaggy 2 Dope, and like they're not like, oh my god, Shaggy 2 Dope's here. Like,
I popped.
They didn't say that. They only said that for Violent J, and Violent J was the one we already saw, that we already knew.
Well, yeah, because he's the commissioner.
But that we already knew he was there. It's his wrestling show at his fucking gathering for his fucking band that he made the Juggalos. He birthed all the Juggalos. He's the father.
Okay. You're getting way out of hand. Whoa, Violent J. There is no way Juggalo Jesus and Violent J are father and son.
If Juggalo is a family thing, you're all family, and like the head honchos are Violent J and Shaggy. You got two dads. Like, that's it. You that's your options. Those are your dads. You could have Shaggy if you want.
And they follow God.
You could have Shaggy as your dad if you want, I guess. But like, realistically speaking,
and they follow God.
My point is, he was there, and we knew if they went, oh my god, Shaggy 2 Dope's here. Like, sure, fine. We didn't see him. You know, I mean, I'd still assume he was there. But we didn't see him. We didn't know for a fact that he was there. We knew for a fact 20 minutes prior to this whole thing happening that he was there. That Violent J was there. I just think it was a really stupid call, and it pissed me right the fuck off.
What do you think? I don't know if we've talked about this. We probably did. Well, I definitely want to watch more of JCW because that I keep dropping teasers of like future of the podcast and stuff. Not saying we're gonna fucking just talk about JCW every fucking week.
Well, thank God, because I'd be out.
But like JCW is probably what is interesting me the most in wrestling right now. GCW always interests me because I mean it's the closest thing to actual ECW. But JCW is just interesting me because they're more active than they ever were, and there is some fucking good shit going on.
Yeah, I'm sure that's true and all, but like, a lot of elite stuff has been happening in AEW, so I'm like mainly focused on
Well, I get that, but like watching JCW, like, what do you think of JCW?
I really don't have an opinion.
You know?
Like, it's fine, and I'm here for Brian Zane. That's it.
Fair.
It's fine. I don't really have an attachment to anybody there that's not Claude, whatever the fuck his name is. Brian Zane.
What about Stephen Flo?
I do not have an emotional attachment to Stephen Flo, although he does put his pussy into shit.
Stephen Flo.
So I will say that.
Oh, look at this. Perfect timing, because the next thing we're talking about is Takeshita winning the G1 climax.
Like fathers, like son.
Yeah.
Because he's Kenny and Kota's son.
Yes. What do you think of him winning it, though? He's not
incredible.
He's not a straight up New Japan talent.
Incredible. Absolutely fucking incredible.
Cool. It's cool by me.
I have been saying...
People in New Japan were not a fan of it, but...
And I will say, forever, that Takeshita is the next Kenny Omega. Hands down. He's the next Kenny Omega.
When they gonna put, like, the AEW strap on Takeshita, you think?
Well...
He's probably gonna take the unified title off of Okada.
He probably will.
Wins the Continental Classic. Takeshita wins the Continental Classic this year.
Probably. But I do I feel there's a feud incoming, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Due to what happens on this episode of Dynamite.
Takeshita and Hangman.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Okay. Which I could see happening.
Because there was a very important thing that happened for me at this episode, but I'll just say it now since we're already talking about it. So Hangman's cutting a promo, yada yada, Don comes out, and he's like, he made actually a really funny remark where he was like, you know, you don't get to choose who challenges you for your AEW championship. There's a whole locker room back there that wants a shot at that championship. I would know. I have half of the roster in my family. Which is kind of funny.
That actually is funny. Because everyone's...
And I kind of made Hangman break a little bit. Like, break character because he started chuckling. It was funny. But he was just like, it's not a matter of, like... he said something like, it's not a matter of when, it's a matter of who. And it's probably going to be Takeshita, if I'm going to guess. Unless they're really going to run Okada and Hangman. Again, we could. That makes sense. But I feel like it's going to be Takeshita, because Takeshita's red fucking hot, so. But that's where I'm leaning towards.
Anyway. Takeshita win the G1. Fuck yeah.
Incredible. Love that guy with my entire heart.
Moving on, we gotta talk about this. Because it's still a topic.
Oh, wow.
On if it's gonna happen or when it's gonna happen.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Chris Jericho going to WWE.
He's contemplating.
Yeah, you saw that today?
He's contemplating.
Yeah, what the fuck's he contemplating?
On his fucking jet or whatever it was. Someone retweeted that with the picture of Billy Ray Cyrus. It said, much to think about.
What the fuck? I mean, come on.
I hate him so much. I don't care.
You knew this was going to happen eventually.
I don't care. Take him. He belongs in the MAGA company. That's like his whole thing. Like, take him. God. I really don't fucking care. Oh, where were you January 6th, Chris Jericho? Oh, where was your wife? Like...
Oh, God. It's gonna be something.
Don't care. Take him.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Look, I have not watched anything WWE since whatever fucking what pay-per-view was it that...
SummerSlam?
Yeah. Since SummerSlam. Even if Dylan has had it on, like, there's been times I've just sat and watched.
I don't even think I've really had it on, to be honest with you. I think the only things I've, like, care to literally check out now, we're dropping teasers again, is, like, Punk stuff. That's all I've been, like,
I don't
really
even know what
watching.
Punk's doing, and it pisses me off because I love Seth Rollins, and I would love to see what's going on with Seth. But I literally haven't tuned in. Like, even if it was on the TV, I'm on my phone watching something else.
I have Twitter, so...
I don't see any of it on Twitter.
That's what I just do on Twitter.
I literally see none of it on Twitter.
I see the important things.
Like, my whole Twitter is pretty much just AEW stuff, stuff from over in Japan and whatnot. Like, that's really it. So I see literally none of it. Oh, we should go to the Jacksonville, Florida show.
For Title Tuesday or Homecoming?
For both.
I like Title Tuesday.
We can do both. But... Yeah, no,
it's Tuesday.
I have no idea what the fuck's going on with WWE. But what was the fucking... Chris Jericho. Yeah, so if Chris Jericho goes back, I never have to see him again. Literally never have to see him again. Because...
You noticed AEW's been, like, pretty good, like, ever since he's been off TV.
Yeah, because he stinks up the joint with his big poopy pants. like fucking parachute pants, but it's just full of poop. That's fucking Chris Jericho.
Did anyone like in ECW show up on this show?
Besides
Taz?
No.
And Don Callis?
No.
They're like there for like 3
so.
weeks, right? Though.
Oh yeah.
So maybe
because they're there next week, and then they're there. I think the week after.
They won't have the obvious people there for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But like they can definitely have like I don't know.
God, dude, I wish we went to this show because of the fucking Hangman segment. I really.
Bro, I would just love to go because it's in the ECW arena.
And the thing is, like, we were contemplating it, but money, and I was still contemplating it after that.
We're like Chris Jericho contemplating.
I'm contemplating, but realistically speaking, they're probably coming back.
Well, yeah.
They're probably gonna come back. If they're running 3 shows, they're coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I definitely would love to go. Plus, it's a fucking killer setup. But yeah, Chris Jericho can contemplate on his private jet all the way to fucking where the fuck is the WWE headquarters?
In Stamford, Connecticut.
Connecticut. He can fly all the way to Connecticut. He can contemplate his little poopy brain, and he can go, yeah, guys, or actually, hi guys, I want a Legends deal, and I want to be in the Hall of Fame. And Triple H could be, well, that's a great idea.
The only thing that could save a Chris Jericho WWE run is if he does the list.
No, he's not gonna do it.
Because it'll just get a pop out of everyone. Anyway, moving on to probably the second biggest news out of this, minus Forbidden Door. Because man, this is just like it feels like an everyday thing, and there's layers to talk about this. And how long have we been recording?
31 minutes.
Okay, so this will take up like majority of the fucking podcast probably. Let's talk about Rampage Jackson's son. Literally like killing someone, almost killing someone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, can I have a sip of that drink?
Yeah. So
while you're talking,
there's a video at like this indie wrestling promotion or whatever. It's a live stream. It's Raja Jackson, I think is how you say his name. Rampage Jackson's son. If you don't know Rampage Jackson is MMA fighter, fucking scumbag. But I don't care. Fuck you, Rampage. Your son's a scum too, and you're a scum. Hold on, let me take a drink of this fucking cock zero.
Glug glug glug. I didn't think that was gonna make you laugh. I'm sorry.
Anyway.
I was just trying to fill the awkward space.
Anyway, so there's a video. What happened was the wrestler came up to Raja in the back and like hit him with like a beer can or something in the head and was like, selling my beer can. And like he was fucking around with him, selling my beer can, selling my beer can. And like Raja got pissed and stuff and like had to be like kind of held back like in the locker room. It was like one of them awkward things like I'm gonna kill this mofo type of shit and whatnot. And like the guy like apologizes and is like sorry, like my bad, because Raja doesn't know like wrestling and stuff and like yeah, like my bad, blah blah blah. Later on in the like show, it is planned that Raja is making a run-in in this guy's match. And he makes the run-in. He slams this motherfucker down. Like, he picks him up, like fireman's carry, boom, and then just slams this motherfucker down and then immediately just mounts him and starts punching him. Dude's not protecting himself because he is out. He is out. And was, like, fucking unconscious, had to be taken to the hospital. Raja had to be like pulled off and shit. Now, in between all of this, from what you see on Twitter and stuff, you can find all this. All you gotta do is type in Raja Jackson. Raja Jackson on Twitter. And from what everyone is understanding and everything, Raja got hit in the head with a beer can. There was a wrestler back there that said, yo, you need to give him a receipt. Like, what the fuck was that about and shit? Like, give him a receipt. And Raja didn't even know, like, what that meant. He's like, he just beat the fuck out of him and stuff. And now, during the guy's match, so there's that. So now, during the guy's match, Mike Bailey's so fucking good.
I love him.
Anyway, during the match, they're live streaming. And Raja goes, I'm going to beat this motherfucker. I'm going to get on top of him and beat his ass pretty much. And he does. Mind you, this happened at Rikishi's school. And WWE's ID cut ties with it. So thank God. So Rikishi can complain about that now. That fucking fat ass piece of shit. But yeah. And every wrestler knowing the fucking man has just decided to be dumb on Twitter about this.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, take Raja aside. It's the CTE kicking in. Raja Jackson's a scumbag. Rampage Jackson's a scumbag. Mind you, the wrestler that was assaulted is a veteran. Not like a veteran, like he served in the country. Like,
military veteran.
Military veteran. So, yeah. Raja Jackson should just be in jail and get a large something up his ass. Yeah, fuck you. What do you think about this?
So my thing about it, right? I'm going to say this flat out before I say anything else. Raja's a piece of shit. Fuck him. I will add into this. I don't know why the fuck he was... I mean, I guess if he was planned to be backstage and whatnot, but I don't understand why we thought it was a good idea to have somebody do a run-in backstage who doesn't even know the simple terms in wrestling. Like, that doesn't know anything at all about what the fuck the wrestling business is, has really no business being there or being involved in there if he doesn't even know the bare fucking minimum.
That's the problem with these crossovers of professional wrestling and MMA. That because as wrestlers, we don't know MMA. We don't know the MMA world.
Mm-hmm.
MMA don't know the professional wrestling world.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that you're gonna understand that world is if you fucking listen and if you show respect.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to add.
So, anyway, so we have someone who doesn't know what the fuck is going on in the wrestling world, doesn't know the absolute bare minimum, right? Has no place being there. Shouldn't have been there in the fucking first place, right? And we have someone, you know, like this, the wrestler was fucking around with him and whatnot, apologized and whatnot, was like, hey, look, like, I was just trying to, like, mess with you and whatnot. And then we have some other dumbass come in and is like, oh, even though he apologized and said he was fucking with you, you should still give him a receipt. And I'm going to tell you about stuff that you aren't aware of. And I'm going to completely, like, just nail it into your head that this is how the wrestling business is and this is what you need to do. Because that's how it works. And then you have the result happen. So, like, I guess my point is like, Raja's still a fucking piece of shit. Because, like, realistically, at the end of the day, you had a planned spot. You shouldn't just go out there and just start wailing on somebody and beating the shit out of them, trying to fucking kill them because they smacked you in the head with a beer can, maybe a little hard, but, like, was just messing around with you. And was just kind of, like, shooting the shit with you, it seems like. But also, a lot of the blame, which it has been shown online, a lot of the blame needs to fall onto the dude who was over here talking to him and trying to, and convincing him to go through with this plan and do this thing. For complete negligence and just taking advantage of somebody who was completely oblivious to the type of, like, community that he was in. And a lot of blame also needs to go onto the school for even letting this whole thing happen without proper precautions being put into place and not giving actual basic education to the people who are going to be performing on your show. Because even if none of this happened, right? Even if none of this happened, you still have a fucking MMA fighter showing up to do a run-in spot on a wrestler who has no idea how the wrestling business works. That already is, like, set up for a fucking disaster. Like, you didn't even show this guy literally the bare minimum. So that's complete negligence on the fucking school's part. The whole thing is fucked up. The whole thing is absolutely fucked up. At the end of the day, like, you should know better than to go out there on a live show and just beat the shit out of somebody because they were playing pretend with you, basically. Like, so, yeah, Raj is at fault. He's a piece of fucking shit. He should be fucking jailed for essentially attempted fucking murder at this fucking point. But also, I do think that whoever this other guy that was egging him on is, and the school need to take some sort of accountability as well for it.
Should get a receipt.
He should get a receipt. Like, so I think he needs to face the brunt of the issues, but there also needs to be something coming down on these other two. Like, Rikishi should get in trouble.
Fuck Rikishi.
This other fucking guy should get in trouble. Because
I fucking hate Rikishi.
absolute clear fucking negligence on multiple fucking people's watch.
Rikishi's a dumb fuck. Anyway, let's talk about Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
Let's talk about AEW, New Japan, CMLL. What else? Stardom. Is that it?
I think.
That was. Does Wikipedia tell me?
It should. I think it was CMLL.
Yes.
Yeah.
From the O2 Arena.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk about this. So we didn't watch any of the pre-show.
No. We were a little bit delayed watching.
We were helping Bryce with
some
stuff. The day of Forbidden Door. So we were watching this on a delay, and there's some matches that I just did not pay attention to, but lyssie can cover that. Moving on to the opening match was Edge and Christian. I'm calling him Edge. I don't give a fuck. Teaming up for the first time in like 90 years, defeating the team of Killswitch. He's back. We'll add that. We missed that.
Yeah.
And Kip Sabian, because Nick Wayne is injured. I'm gonna add. I like that Edge and Christian are back. This is what I wanted.
Yes.
So I'm interested. I like that they did not change. I like that Christian is not completely changed back.
Yeah.
And I like that it's kind of like a favor for a favor of like, I'm helping you take care of Kip and Nick and Mother Wayne and Killswitch, and I'm going to help you take care of FTR.
Yeah, my favorite thing about this whole reunion is Christian was like, well, I took some time to go find myself, and I found out that there's absolutely nothing wrong with me, and I'm perfect the way that I am. And Edge is just kind of like, well, I mean...
No, my favorite one
right.
was, my name's Christian Cage, and I'm an asshole.
And his Titantron said asshole instead of father.
And Edge goes, he's my asshole.
He didn't even say it like that. He was like, he is an asshole, but he's my asshole. Well, I guess he's my asshole. Like,
I love it. They get the win. Now they're going to move on to FTR, because that's the right fucking move.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. For the TNT Championship, Kyle Fletcher defeated Takahashi.
a crazy fucking match.
This was a great match.
Insane fucking match.
This was a great match.
Oh my god. I
Great
love Takahashi so much.
Good match.
So good. Like, and I don't know if I'd agree like 100% with the calls that they were making on commentary, but they related.
Danielson was on commentary.
Danielson was on commentary for most of the show, but they were relating Hiromu a lot to Darby, because they were like, for those of you who don't know, like, Hiromu's style, he's kind of similar to like our Darby Allin with his like resilience and stuff, and I can kind of see it, but like not 100%. But like, I will just say, like, on that token, like, the absolute fucking like insane bullshit they were fucking doing to each other, and they still just like kept fucking going full force, was incredible. Yeah, so did you see that this had happened?
Mm-hmm. I did see that this happened.
Screaming, crying, throwing up, sobbing. But yeah, no, fucking killer match. Killer fucking match. We need... He's been around Forbidden Door season, I think the past 2 or 3 years, Hiromu.
Yeah.
We need him a little bit more, though. So, like, I know we do, like, a week or two before, but, like, how about, like, 4 weeks in advance we get Hiromu, just on TV for no fucking reason, aside from the fact that I just want to see him. Like,
yeah.
Can we just do that?
Moving on, Mercedes Moné defeated Alex Windsor, Bozilla, and Persephone in a Fatal 4 match for the TBS title. I did not watch this.
I was kind of half in and out of this match, but from what I saw, it was good. It was a solid match. Mercedes won, obviously, and I will say her fucking gear and her hair was just absolutely iconic. She had like this really cool like Neapolitan ice cream fucking wig. Oh my god, it was so cool. She looked great.
For the IWGP title, Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Nigel McGuinness in match of the night. That's my review on this match. Match of the night, 7 stars.
I think Bryan Danielson had to leave early during
Yes,
this
he did.
commentary.
He did, which was very funny.
Like, no, he had to leave.
No. He was on commentary for the whole show. He left early before the main event.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think he had to leave early before the main event, not because of Mox or anything like that, but because he was like, I literally cannot contain myself. I must go find the 2 twinks. Like, he was just that excited about this fucking match.
This match was amazing.
Very good match. Very, very, very good match. Absolute fucking
They should have
graps.
just had Nigel win.
7 stars. 7 million stars. They should have really just put the belt on Nigel so he could have went over to Japan.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. We had a 3-way triple threat, whatever the fuck you want to call it, for the AEW Tag Team titles. The Hurt Syndicate defended against FTR and Brodeo, which is Brody King, and Bandito, which is just me and Lissy. And Brodeo won.
Insane.
God damn, this is why God's hate's on a hiatus.
Yeah, I honestly wasn't expecting them to win.
I thought FTR was going to win, pinning Brodeo, and Hurt Syndicate not taking the pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible fucking decision, honestly. Great match.
For real, honestly, yeah, fuck it, why not?
But incredible
with
fucking
you.
decision for the end of the match, because they are red fucking hot.
They are one of the better, I will say, because we can't say best yet. They're one of the better thrown together tag teams.
Oh yeah, hands down. They work so well together. Like, their styles mesh together very well. And they just have absolute, like, great, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to think. They
Chemistry.
Chemistry, yeah. They have very fluid chemistry in the fucking ring together. So, 10 out of 10.
Now,
you should watch this match.
That's what I was getting. Oh, I gotta back it up. I was backing it up.
You could have played it from there.
Okay. Now, I was saying this to Lissy, of like, I see Buddy just going back to WWE. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So they should just make Brody King a single star once Brodeo runs, like, its course.
I
Because
could
Brody
see that.
King is super fucking over.
I could see them having Buddy Matthews having a match against Brody before he leaves. Kind of being like, dude, I leave and you just find a random new tag team partner. Like, what the fuck? We were supposed to win tag belts together. That was the whole thing of, like, Hounds of Hell and whatnot. Or whatever.
Oh,
I can see them...
I totally forgot it was called that.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I can see them having, like, a little, like, mini feud where Buddy comes back, has a match with Brody beats him, and then he's gone.
I don't want to see it. Just go to WWE. Anyway, moving on. I didn't watch this match, surprisingly. For the AEW Unified title, Okada defeated Swerve. Yeah,
Great match.
I didn't watch this match.
Great fucking match. 2 bitches saying fuck you and beating the fucking piss. Okada really only works for pay-per-views.
Yeah.
That's really it. Like, he really only works for pay-per-views, which is fine.
Sense.
I've said it a million times. I don't care. I like watching Okada be silly on TV.
DC dub.
If I'm gonna see Okada
Through
on
the
my TV, I want to see him doing silly shit.
Darby Allin's on my TV, through my TV.
Yeah, right? Like, crazy. But yeah, no, great fucking match. I was not expecting Swerve to win, but I was expecting maybe a possible curly-haired little twink to run out, but that didn't happen, so I don't know, maybe later in the pay-per-view, we'll see.
I didn't watch this next match either, because I think I was doing I was cooking with DCW stuff. For the women's title, Timeless Toni Storm defeated Athena.
Insane match.
Was it insane?
Insane match. These two really fucking murdered each other. Crazy good fucking match. I honestly, watching it, I really thought it could have gone either way. I was kind of leaning like Tony's probably winning, But there was points where I was just like, I don't know. Because I think Athena's with AEW, like, full time now, I guess. Like, she's back on the AEW roster, but she's still the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. So, I'm not... Maybe she's just going to flip-flop back and forth between the two. But, yeah, no, honestly, really good match. Love these two women.
The next match for the AEW World Championship. Hangman defeated MJF. This match went way too long, in my opinion.
Disagree.
It just felt long. But it wasn't... I'm not saying it was bad. It was good. It just felt like maybe, like, we could have went 10 minutes shorter. It went 31 minutes.
No, it had to be a struggle. It had to be a struggle. And there was a promo that MJF cut tonight basically being like, well, you guys proved my point because every time I did something, it was, like, met with boos. But then every time Hangman did the same thing to me, like, you're yelling, you deserve it, you deserve it. Like, Hangman hit me with my case. You deserve it, you deserve it. I'm bleeding, you deserve it, you deserve it. Why do I deserve it? Type of thing. So it was very drawn out, but I feel like it was very heavy on storytelling between the two. Also now being as a result of the match and all of the quote-unquote trouble that MJF has caused, he now has to give Hangman a 1 week's notice if he's going to cash in.
That's the new thing for that was like at the end of the scrum. Tony Khan said that that's going to be the new thing for the cash-in. Is it has to be a week's notice because he wants to promote the title match.
Makes sense.
Which, okay, cool. Me and Bryce were talking about this, funny enough, and we both pretty much come to the terms of the Money in the Bank concept is dumb and it's dead, and it should just go away regardless.
I agree. I do think that, like... It's tough because, like, I do think that having that guaranteed shot at the world title is a fun thing that you can play with, and
it needs to be done right, like just like the Money in the Bank cash, and it needs to be done right.
Yes, what I'm saying is, like, I don't want to, like, the thing with Christian with it was funny, where he was like, you know, trying to cash in every now and again, whatever, or like not even really like just being like, oh well, I'm the next. Oh yeah, that was crazy. I'm the next AEW World Champion,
God.
whatever the fuck he was saying. But, like, I think that it's nice to have it looming there and being like, you won this and can realistically say, hey, I want this title match next week, and you can't say anything about it. I want it at this pay-per-view, like, months down the line or whatever, instead of, oh, the winner is going to challenge for this title at this pay-per-view. Like, it does keep you on your feet a little bit in the way that they're doing it now, and it's still a little different, but at the end of the day, I'm also just kind of like, well, I feel like MJF's going to hang on to this thing for a hot minute, and we're going to revisit this feud in, like, a few months. Because now he's feuding with Briscoe again.
Yeah.
Like, we're back to that.
Well, because Mark Briscoe also came in the match and stuff.
Well, yeah. Yeah. So that's where MJF's, like, feud lies right now. So we'll see.
Anyway, to the main event. A 10-man tag. Lights out steel cage match. Darby Allin, Will Ospreay, Tanahashi, Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Fuck.
And the Golden Lovers of Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi.
Mwah.
They defeated the team of Gabe Kidd.
That dog in him.
Jonathan Moxley.
I'm a badass John Moxley.
Claudio Castagnoli.
I can't do an accent for him.
And Mbop, the Young Bucks. Generation Me. Rod and Todd.
Yeah, Max and Jeremy,
Rod and Todd. The Young Bucks. There was gummy bears. There was blood. There was everything in this match.
I don't know, you know, they really have missed the opportunity of just announcing them by their middle names.
Yeah.
Like Ron John and what the fuck's, I think Nick is Lee. I could be wrong about that, but I think Nick's middle name's like Lee or something. You know how funny that would be? Ron John and Lee Jackson.
This match was great. There was insane shit all in this match. The baby faces won, but then the Death Riders killed Will Ospreay because he's gonna be gone for a while.
You are literally glossing over the most important part.
I was letting you fucking just talk about it. I was just fucking hitting the nail on the head. Now go into your weird lore.
There was everything you could have possibly ever wanted in this match. There was a fork through an ear.
Yeah, which was whoa.
There was
that was a ugh.
There was two men getting thrown off the top of the cage through two tables.
There was a lot of men doing
There was an old man trying to climb up a ladder that had to get shooed down
that
by
was
his
funny as
younger
fuck.
teammates
That
because
was-
they're like, please God, no, you have no knees.
That was funny as fuck.
And there was, if you think about the most deadly weapon you could possibly think of in a match, you might think light tubes, you might think a pizza cutter, you might think gusset plates, barbed wire, you might think flaming tables with shards of glass in over top of a piranha tank.
Okay,
You
don't give Chaos the Clown ideas.
You might think of these most crazy things, but the one thing you'll never think of, which I argue is the deadliest of them all, was gummy bears. There was gummy bears. There was gummy bear tacks. They weren't tacks. It was just gummy bears. Incredible. It was so smart. It was a nice little sugar boost for everybody. And, it was hilarious. But the reason I say they're the most deadly is because we are unaware of the type of gummy bears if they were these sugar-free gummy bears that are known to cause mass diarrhea. That's always possible. We don't know this, though, so I'm not too sure. But it was really funny, because the Bucks had a bag, a little Young Bucks bag, that was supposed to be taxed, but it was gummy bears, which is a throwback to their PWG days. They did the same gummy bear spot, which was hilarious. And Bop was their first ever entrance music. Also, feel like I should just toss that in, because they said that they wanted their old music back. Well, they went back to like their very, very, very first entrance music, which was Bop. I feel like there was another thing that was a throwback that I wanted to mention, but I can't fucking remember off the top of my head. But there was, the theory of, well, anything goes. This is unsanctioned. The cage setup was great. There was a lot of room for activities.
A lot of room to play Army Men.
A lot of room to play Army Men. And there was a lot of room for someone to maybe, swing in from a vine and plop down in the middle of the ring. Someone who might be like, oh. But
Yeah, no, he's not showing up.
the thing is, that didn't happen. It didn't happen. Which I would be a lot more angry about at the moment. But, BTE's kind of back, I guess. The Bucks are uploading back to the BTE channel, and they uploaded the following day, this, 47-second video of them rewatching their match at Forbidden Door, eating a bunch of junk food and stuff, and, Matt's phone rings, which is, crazy. It just starts ringing, and he picks it up, and lo and behold, it's Jack Perry calling the Young Bucks, and fucking Matt Jackson FU buttons him, and goes back to being sad. And personally, I think Jack Perry needs to beat the fucking piss out of them. I think he needs to swing his little fucking vine-ass fucking self back into the ring and just start fucking pummeling the Young Bucks. Because what the fuck, dude? I'd be pissed. I have these guys that bring me back to the company after I got into a backstage fight with, the biggest draw ever. And then they're just, ghosting me. I'd be a little pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be a little peeved off at them. Jack got really good at making knives. He made a scythe. So I really wouldn't fuck with somebody who knows how to make a knife. I'm just saying. That's kind of crazy work. But yeah, overall, this match was very good. It was very fun. Y'all know me. I am a sucker for these types of matches. That's literally just the most chaotic fucking bullshit you've ever seen thrown into a ring. So, 1,000,000 stars. Yeah, this was fun. And to the people complaining about the fork spot, I will say,
I'm not complaining as in that was just whoa.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
I think you're kind of a pussy, honestly.
We just had a deathmatch tournament in DCW.
Yeah, I think you're a fucking pussy if you're really ooh, oh my god, there was a fork in the ear. Is it kind of gnarly? Yeah, to think about it. Yeah, I don't really want to, think about that feeling. But also, at the same time, it was unsanctioned, guys. Last unsanctioned match, we saw a needle get shoved through somebody's cheek. Are we surprised? No. We've seen fucking Mox and Hangman beat the shit out of each other's forehead with forks before. I know it's, like, kind of not the same thing, but, like, Abdul the Butcher did it all the fucking time with people. Like, it's whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather take Darby getting forks put through his ear hole a million times over watching that Jon Moxley spot where Spike goes, like, 2 centimeters away from his spinal cord.
Yeah.
Because at least I know you're not going to die from having a fork in your ear. You're not going to get paralyzed from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just a little gnarly to look at. Technically, your lobes are probably one of the most forgiving places when you get them pierced. So, that's why a lot of people who get their ears pierced at Claire's or do it at home themselves and, you know, don't have their ears swell up and swallow the jewelry are like, well, I never had anything bad happen. Yeah, because your lobes are really fucking forgiving. So, really, I don't even think Darby's lobes are mad at him. So why are you mad at him? You know?
Yeah.
Be like Darby's earlobes. Don't be mad. Just be forgiving.
Anyway. That's Forbidden Door.
Yeah, fun pay-per-view.
It was a solid pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I mean, I really wish they would do more of the Forbidden Door meaning, but, like, more New Japan talent. But
It's not just New Japan, though.
I know, there's him, but, like, like, AEW versus... Like, bro, give me, like, a triple threat. An AEW guy versus a CMLL guy versus a fucking New Japan guy. Let's go.
We literally had that in the women's match.
Did we? I didn't
Well,
watch it.
technically, Mercedes was...
Give me
repping-
Hangman Adam Page defending the belt against a New Japan guy. And not MJ.
Okay, yeah, no, that would have been great. But I think it was Mercedes for... I think they were battling for the TBS belt. And then there was a girl from CMLL. There was Alex Windsor from AEW. And then there was, I can't remember her name. But the girl from Stardom. The other girl was from
I know
Stardom.
what you mean.
So, like, it happened. It literally happened. It was just a women's match.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Anyway. Let's talk about my wrestler of the week, because I get the pick.
Wow.
I get the pick.
Okay.
But we're not closing out with wrestler of the week, because obviously we're closing out with news and stuff.
Well, before you say your wrestler of the week, I'm gonna go see what the fuck Ghost is playing with. Actually, you know what? Dylan, who is your wrestler of the week while I go see what Ghost is playing with?
My wrestler of the week is a tag team. They're a great tag team. They've been in companies such as WCW. They made an appearance in ECW.
I am not talking about Juggalos.
They made an appearance in Ring of Honor before. They made an appearance in TNA. They made appearances in WWF. And they made many, many appearances in JCW. My wrestlers of the week are Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope, the Insane Clown Posse. Whoop whoop. Go ahead, Lissy. Come on.
I came back from getting the thing off of Ghost, but I'm just not talking about
No,
this.
come on.
What was your introduction to ICP?
Oh boy.
Whoop whoop.
My introduction to ICP was just coming across them on YouTube in like 2009.
So did you know about ICP as the 2009?
8, 9. I was like 8 or 9, yeah.
Sorry, I hear some suspicious things. But
I was like 8 or 9, yeah.
okay.
How did I
So
my
did you
introduction
know-
to ICP was wrestling because it was actually from Vampiro, technically, watching like Vampiro stuff, and then him coming out with ICP and WCW and being like, who the fuck are these two guys? Find out that they're ICP and then find out that they're a rap group, and then whoop whoop, here I am.
So did you think that they were just another case of clown wrestlers?
No. Because
You knew before.
I was like, they're clowns, okay, but like didn't understand that until I went to the music route and was like, oh, okay.
Oh, they're not clowns. They're juggalos.
They are, but yes.
Oh.
Yes. They are trained wrestlers, I hope you know.
I don't know, I'm well aware. I'm well aware of the lore of ICP and wrestling because they wanted to be wrestlers first, but then they did music and then they were like, fuck it, we could still do wrestling and do music.
Yes.
But okay, what's your favorite match of ICP's?
Them getting destroyed by Mike Awesome. That 70s guy, Mike Awesome.
Did they ever have like each individual singles matches?
I mean, Shaggy has. He's wrestled.
Aww.
Well, yeah, so has Violent J. Yeah, they've had singles matches.
Do you have a favorite singles match?
Fuck no, I don't even fucking know, man. Violent J versus Vampiro from NWA. Well, it would be whatever Vampiro's group was. The thing is about ICP and wrestling, it's hard to pick a favorite match because it's fucking bad. But man, it's fucking chaotic in a very good way.
If you had to pick one of them to team with.
Shaggy 2 Dope.
Why?
Because I always liked Shaggy 2 Dope over Violent J. I mean, Violent J's cool and all, but like, I'd rather fuck with Shaggy 2 Dope, you know?
I hope they listen to this.
Me fucking too.
I hope that they listen to this and Violent J hears me pop the fuck off about how he's the daddy of all juggalos. And how you hate him, apparently.
Sir, I don't hate him, no.
No, I know.
Sir Violent J, Duke of Wicked, and Shaggy...
Juggalo Daddy.
And Shaggy 2 Dope, Juggalo Daddies. I have this guy in DCW called Juggalo Jesus. He really fucking loves you guys, and I think you would really fucking love him. We need to guys, fan base, the fucking three of you that fucking listen to this. So Bryce, Bree, and someone, whoever else, right?
and his third secret option.
We need to donation. I guess we'll start like a Patreon. How do you do these donations? Anyway, we gotta do a donation. I'm broke. I don't make a lot of money. I do whatever. We need to get Juggalo Jesus to the gathering. Can you, like, Lissy, can you imagine Juggalo Jesus at the gathering? This needs to happen. I'm not saying you don't have to go.
Oh, as long as I don't have to go, I don't give a fuck what goes on.
No, but can you imagine, like, what would you do if I went, Lissy, Juggalo Jesus is going to the gathering?
Here's the thing, Dylan. I don't think it's necessarily... Can you look at me? Do you have different colors in your mustache also?
Probably.
I never noticed that.
Probably.
Because it looks like it matches up with your beard pattern, like identically.
Good.
That's crazy.
At least it makes sense.
But I don't think you understand that it's literally probably not impossible for, like, a Juggalo Jesus match to get sent to fucking ICP and have them be like,
no,
we need
I
this
don't
guy
even...
to wrestle at the gathering.
No. He doesn't even... I talked to Juggalo Jesus. He doesn't even care. Like, that would be fucking cool if he got booked for fucking Bloody Mania. Don't get me wrong. That would be really fucking cool for him. I'm just talking about going to the gathering, like the festival. Imagine him there. Because he's never...
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if we were able to get him...
in kayfabe, he's been there. But he's never been there in kayfabe.
If we were able to get him booked, he wouldn't even have to probably pay to go.
I know, but
so
still.
you wouldn't need the fun.
But just imagine him, because you know he would be gimmick up.
I think
you know he would gimmick up.
Even if it's not even to wrestle. I think if we send Juggalo Jesus matches to ICP enough times, they'll eventually see it, and they'll probably just be like, you know what, let's just, like, give this guy tickets to the gathering.
Yeah, for real. It worked for Superhuman.
They'd probably just be like, actually, we fucking want this guy here.
This needs to happen.
I don't say it needs to happen.
It's doable.
I wouldn't.
It's in Ohio.
That's a far drive.
Not really.
Yeah.
Juggalo Jesus would fucking drive.
I mean, he can pedal his way on a little tricycle if he wants.
What do you think of, like, ICP and wrestling? Like, what do you think of all of that? Like, they were in the backyard wrestling games. Okay. They started JCW.
So, like, realistically, on a real note, I think it's really cool how integral wrestling is in the Juggalo world.
They love their wrestling.
Like, I love that basically if you're a Juggalo, you're a fan of wrestling. So, like, I know that if...
And you're always a fan of the shitty wrestling.
Well, I know that if, like, I were to come across a Juggalo in passing, I could probably sit down and talk to them about wrestling.
You have.
I know that... Well, I mean, like, a stranger, Dylan. I know too many fucking Juggalos for my own comfort.
You do.
Like, I'm not Juggalo-phobic, but don't do it around me. Because, you know, I don't want to be a part of all that. But, no, like, on a real note, I think it's really, really cool how integral it is in Juggalo lore, I guess is a better way of putting it. And I really love how they didn't ever give up on, like, the passion that they had for wrestling and made a whole thing out of it. And, I mean, JCW is pretty fucking popular. You know what I mean? It's not like ICP is popular in themselves, of course. But, like, I think it's cool that it has as much popularity as it has. And it collabs with, like, the biggest fucking indie promotion that we have currently. You know what I mean? So, not only did they really did it twice. Not only did they go out there and make a name for themselves in their music, but they also went out there and made a name for themselves in the wrestling scene.
Damn.
And they literally, like...
DIY it.
Yeah,
too.
they literally DIY'd it, and they fucking knocked it out of the park both times. Like, I'm not a fan of their music at all.
Yeah, whoop whoop.
I'm not really a big fan of their wrestling product. Again, maybe I just haven't watched enough of it. Maybe there's some stuff on there that I would genuinely like if I sat down and gave it a good chance.
I was gonna say, I just think what is in your mind is you're like, it's Juggalos.
Yeah, and I really just I'm not.
And like you gotta disconnect that because this version of JCW now isn't like what JCW was back in the day. It is different.
And I will say they have the coolest fucking ring mat I've ever seen in my life. Like their ring apron / mat, like that fucking like really cool.
The Lunacy
like,
ring.
Oh god, it's so fucking
ring that you see
sick.
on Lunacy.
So fucking cool.
Check out their weekly programming. It's free on YouTube.
And that's another thing too. It's fucking free on.
It's on I believe it's on the Psychopathic Records fucking YouTube. It's on the ICP YouTube. It's on the JCW YouTube. You can find it. Every Thursday I think is like, Lunacy.
Obviously, they're making money off of YouTube for it. But the thing is, like, they're making wrestling so easily accessible for wrestling fans.
Their whole 2-day war with GCW was on YouTube for free.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't even need to buy a fucking pay-per-view to watch their fucking pay-per-view shit.
No.
Like, it is so easily accessible to fans, and I think that's really fucking cool. So, while I am not the biggest Juggalo fan, or ICP fan, or JCW fan, I'm not gonna knock them for doing a lot of really fucking good shit, and obviously, like, they're doing a lot. Like my opinion doesn't matter because they're doing really well for themselves and have a very strong diehard like fan base.
I mean, speaking for DCW, I mean, we thank them a lot.
Yeah.
It's a big influence for DCW, so.
No, 100%, you know what I mean? And I'm sure that there's some 8-year-old kid just like you were discovering who ICP is, discovering what JCW is, and that's going to be a huge fucking influence on their entire life.
Fuck yeah.
What a kid is clicking on a JCW video as we speak, and it's changing the trajectory of their life right now. And I think that's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
So, again, I can't knock them for doing awesome fucking shit for the communities that they're in. But I can just say I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of it. But again, that doesn't mean jack shit because they're doing fucking great. So who the fuck am I to say anything about it? You know what I mean?
For real.
But
fuck
also
yeah.
don't
whoop,
do your
whoop.
Juggalo stuff around me. Like,
can I get a whoop whoop? Just once, whoop whoop. Come on.
I literally said whoop whoop like 300
fuck yeah,
times.
Whoop whoop. Let's fucking go. Wicked Clown Love, motherfucker. Fuck yeah. Juggalo champion shit wrestling.
That's for sure.
Damn fucking right. Anyway. That leads to...
Yeah, so what's this announcement that I know nothing about?
The announcement of this podcast is me and Bryce are getting married. No,
Yeah, see, Dylan always yells at me for not telling him stuff and being like, oh yeah, I just forgot to tell you.
No, so... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, but I was saying, like, he's always like, you never tell me anything. And then he's over here like, I have an announcement that's changing the entire trajectory of this podcast. And I have no idea what it's about.
It's not changing, like, the whole trajectory.
Not a clue.
Of this podcast. So, as we discussed in kind of like the beginning of this podcast, WWE, ESPN, we haven't been keeping up with WWE. I came into it, like, if you notice the past couple of episodes, we barely talked about Dynamite and stuff. It is hard to watch weekly fucking wrestling these days. It is. Now, with that being said, especially with WWE going to ESPN and stuff, like, it's impossible to fucking keep up where you gotta fucking watch fucking WWE products and stuff. Am I saying we're gonna stop reviewing WWE stuff? No.
I am.
No, just fucking listen to me. Are we saying we're gonna stop reviewing WWE stuff? No. Is it gonna be more so brief and limited? Yes. Because I came to you last time I watched an episode of Raw. It was before vacation. Same thing with SmackDown. Last fucking true fucking event I watched was SummerSlam. Well, I'll probably watch Clash in Paris because it's on Peacock. I've done a lot of like reflecting on this. Do I still enjoy like current wrestling? Yeah. I mean, there's some good stuff in AEW. WWE, there's stuff here and there. I mean, like, I keep up with indie stuff and everything. We were just talking about JCW and GCW and stuff. There's stuff. Obviously, we're still going to be talking about wrestling news and all of that. Like, when there's, like, news, it's hard to avoid, and that gives us something to talk about. If you notice, though, the podcast has been changing prior to the vacation of... There was, like, we would talk about, like, like, an old WCW episode or, like, an old pay-per-view or something like that. That is what we're gonna be doing a lot more of, is stuff like that, because I think we both can agree. The older wrestling that we grew up on and stuff like that, and talking about older wrestling is just more fucking entertaining and more fun to talk about and more fun to reminisce. So, like, there'll be times where we sit down, we watch an old event. Or, like obviously the DCW stuff and whatnot. Or, for next week's episode, Bryce is going to be on our episode. Like I said, Bryce is probably going to be making more appearances here and there. I'm going to be making probably more appearances on Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling. It's practically fucking sister channels at this fucking point. We're the little sister. He's the big sister. He has more subscribers. He has more of a following. But next week we're gonna have Bryce on, and a main topic that we are gonna talk about is some of his stuff for his Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling arena, and we've talked about this idea of doing it, but we're gonna do it next week because I said I wanted to do it with Bryce, and I let him pick. I had like a list. And I let him pick, like, throughout the list. We're going to be talking about bad wrestling merch. So, like, the three of us are just going to fucking... We can look up, like, during the week, like, fucking bad wrestling merch and stuff. But I think the whole... Like, the format's going to stay the same and stuff like that. If there's stuff that catches our eyes on, like, a Raw, like, if I see it on Twitter or something, or even, like, a Dynamite, we're going to talk about it. We still were. But, like, obviously, if there's an AEW pay-per-view, we're going to watch an AEW pay-per-view. I will admit, no one does pay-per-views like AEW. We're gonna review an AEW pay-per-view. But it's going to be mostly us just going back to fucking Peacock, because we still got Peacock, and fucking being like, we're going to fucking talk about fucking No Way Out 2005. I don't fucking know. And we're going to watch No Way Out 2005. And, like, shit like that. I think it'll be more fun. And yeah, I think it's the better way, because I'm gonna be straight up with you. It's really hard to watch modern day wrestling at times. It really is. No matter what company it is. Sometimes it's just very fucking hard, and it's very hard to talk about at times. because it's just so fucking bleh, in my opinion, at times. So.
Well,
Yeah.
I think I will disagree with you a little bit. I agree on the whole like WWE standpoint, of course, because I haven't really cared for WWE products since I started watching wrestling again. I do think that AEW can get a little finicky sometimes, but for the most part, like, I don't know, it draws me in a lot more. So I wouldn't. Like, I'd like if we could still maybe talk about some big things that happen in AEW week.
Well, I literally just said that.
You said a lot of words in a very short span of time. I
literally just said that.
So I'm thrilled about doing that. I do think it would be kind of nifty, though.
Like, we ain't gonna fucking watch fucking WrestlePalooza on ESPN.
No, we're not.
But, like, if I see something fucking newsworthy of the Brock and John Cena match, we're obviously gonna fucking talk about it because, like...
Yeah.
Wrestling clickbait, you know?
But I do think it would be nifty if even so, like, yeah, we can go back and watch stuff from, like, when we were younger and whatnot. But we do have, on Max, they upload, like, the old AEW pay-per-views. We could even, like, that's still, like, newer, old.
I have all, like, those old CZW DVDs and shit like that. Like, they're shit. And, like I said, Bryce will be making more appearances.
Yeah, no, and I know that Bryce has a lot of, like, Bryce will have a lot of ideas of stuff that, like, we're not even going to think about because it seems like Bryce thinks so out of the box sometimes when it comes to, like, wrestling things.
Yes.
So, honestly, like...
That's why I go to him for ideas sometimes.
Yeah, no, he really is, like, just a wacky dude, but in, like, a good way, obviously. So that'll be a lot more helpful and whatnot. I'm not necessarily opposed to it, you know what I mean? Like, and sometimes it is, like, I'll say it is tough sometimes making episodes weekly when
it is.
Not a lot happens. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't even say,
when there's,
like,
no news.
When there's no news and there's really no, like, overly crazy interesting things that happen week to week. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes there is, but if you have just kind of a very blah week in wrestling, then you really don't have a whole lot to talk about for a podcast.
Yeah.
So...
And that was a part of me changing the formats of the podcast months ago.
Yeah.
Of where half of it was the wrestling of, like, the week, and then the other half was some fucking random episode of whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Or, like, something. Like, and that's why, like, even in, like, earlier episodes, it was just filling in time, too, of, like, talking about even, like, DCW stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's just... Like, I've had my own journey, and, like, yeah, I like sharing that and everything, but also... I think it's just more fun to, like, mix it up, you know?
No, I get that.
And stuff.
Well, I'm glad that we're doing this because I can I'll finally have a spot in the podcast to talk about the Young Bucks backyard videos.
God.
So if we're gonna watch old wrestling,
I was gonna say that would be cool to, like, find and, like,
they're out there.
They are out there.
Oh, I've watched them.
Find that.
I've watched them.
That'd be really cool to fucking.
I think it was literally called, like, YBTV or something.
That's wild.
That they did, or whatever the fuck it was. I don't remember what like 100% what it was called, but yeah, they're out there. They still have them up. So yeah, no, we could honestly even do that as, like, a whole episode where, like, we find, like, wrestlers' backyard footage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And watch it over and review it and talk about it or something.
Yeah.
We could even do a whole episode, like, we watched that one video with Bryce, that crazy backyard wrestling match that happened in, like, Allentown or something.
Yes.
We could even do shit like that where we just find random ass fucking backyard stuff to talk about. You know? Like...
Well, yeah, no, there's definitely, like, I want to start talking a lot about, like, I definitely want to go more in depth. We've talked about it here and there, but ESW, because that was, like, a big thing of my childhood and whatnot, and, I mean, not to give away, like, DCW stuff, but, like, there's going to be a lot of ESW influences coming later on in the season for DCW.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, it's good to know that Bryce will be around at some point next week.
Yes, he will be around at some point next week. We're going to figure out, obviously, a day where all three of us are free to record and stuff. We're back We are back. The podcast ain't going anywhere. The scheduling might still be a little fucking wonky.
Yeah.
Just for the time being, so bear with us on that. But it's not going to take 3 weeks to get out another episode. Again, we were on vacation. A lot of things happen. I need a mental health break on shit and whatnot. But yeah. We've gone through 79 fucking episodes. I think it's time for a facelift.
That's fair.
Time for a facelift. I think to make it more exciting and stuff.
Maybe I'll buy a fucking camera and we can actually fucking...
That is a big goal.
Well, I need a computer first.
Next week's episode is gonna be like editing. Like we're gonna have to do like timestamps because we're gonna be like talking about like merch and we're gonna have to put like the picture when we're talking about it. So
I'm
people
going to KMS. But with that being said, I guess that's gonna wrap it up because it's like 12:30 at night. I have work in the morning. I want to eat cake.
I want to go listen to this new Mudvayne song that just dropped.
And I'm sleepy. So, thank you guys so much for listening and watching. If you like this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. If you want to follow us on Instagram, you can. It's at Talkin Wrasslin Pod. That is TALKIN _WRASSLIN_POD. If you want to follow me on any of my social medias, you are more than welcome to. You can find me at Lungtar on Twitter and Instagram. That's LUNG_TAR. Find me at Lungtar on Blue Sky. That is LUNG_TAR or a hyphen. I already forgot again. That's cool. And you can find me at Lungbucks on TikTok. LUNG_BUCKS. Dylan, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Dillweaves, DYL_line WEAVES_line. On Twitter, Dillweaves, all one word. YouTube, DCW Extreme, and or Danny Vallow. And then Bryce's is Tapped Out the Pro Wrestling. So fucking subscribe to that.
Oh yeah, I guess you can go give Bryce some love. That's
go give Bryce some love. Again, he'll be on next week. And yeah, that was today's episode.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening and watching.
Whoop whoop.
Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.